Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Connie with Prairie Paper Crafts, coming on today to share with you the Present Peaker's Ginger file from Cuddly Cute Designs and how I'm putting it together just a little bit off of the photo. I'll show you how I detail the faces and a few things that I have started doing. So just going to go ahead and get started with the present. Now, I did put the little boy together. He's still drying a little bit, so I have to be kind of careful. I am his mouth. I might. I'm just gonna leave it. It's done, but not happy with it. I'm not an artist. I don't know why I even try to draw. I'll be honest. But anyway, I try, and I'm just gonna leave it. It's just for me. If it was going to someone, I would definitely redo the face. But it kind of reminds me of a one of my great nephews and his smirky little mm, face. So his smirky little attitude. How about that? Snarky, smirky. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm going with. And I forget. Let me just take a. I don't know if I have it together here. Yeah, I do. So the height of this is 3.75, and the width is 2.388. I think I can. That's the closest I can see, and that came in from Cricut Design Space. The I went with the height at 3.75, and then the width is whatever Cricut put it at. And I messed this up, my other one, the boy, a little bit, and it was not the design's fault. It was me not paying attention to the photo as I was putting it together. This is my first time putting these together. So, anyway, I thought I'd come on and share with you what I'm doing. Now, see if I can put that in a little bit better light. Yeah, these look, the excuse me, the printed paper and everything I used. I will show you at the end some of the pattern paper I'm using. Okay. And that's the reason it's kind of wild from what you're seeing versus the pattern. So it's all good, it's fine. So I'm going to put this part of the bow on. I have a couple tips and tricks that I'm going to share that I am learning to do before I assemble everything, and I'm finding it a bit helpful for me. Now this again is just how I'm doing it. I have to take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. If I can find another pair around here. Goodness, how many pair of glasses, and I don't know where half of them are. So I'm going to start with this right here. Okay, my first thing I have switched to from uh, a lot of. I don't use white pants pastels near as much as I used to. So that's the best way I can explain it. I'm using white ink, a stamp pad. It's the Tim Holtz Distress Picket Fence. It's gonna. I don't know my list. I hope you guys aren't as blind as I am. I couldn't read it without my glasses, and I wasn't sure it was focusing. So I'm sorry. So anyway, and then I have these little makeup brushes. I think they're mini. I don't know. I got them, I think, on Amazon. I don't know if they're um, mini makeup brushes, mini blending brushes. I know Spellbinders have some. Uh, Altenew has them. Couldn't think for a moment. So, and it may look like I'm using a lot on the paper. I'm not. And I have much more control over using ink versus a chalk for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just saying that's, and I've been using this more all the time. Very happy with it. Again, please use what you prefer. This is what's working for me. Now, if you like a lot of dimension, this is just a suggestion. This bow piece, this long piece, you could pop that up. That would be really pretty. I'm finding that my scrapbooks are getting so thick and I'm having a struggle. I have a struggle lifting things. In fact, when I did the to give you an idea, when I did the boy's eye, um, my hands have gotten to a severe issue level. So I am trying to keep the bulk out because I can't lift things, and my hands, my fingers, just they do what they want. So, but anyway, enough of that. This would be a really good place to just put some layering up, okay? Just on this long piece, if you're interested. Again, not that you have to. And I'm going to take this in right away, and this is just a little bit over 2 inches. I like to use my grid mat whenever possible. Sit. To be able to line things up, you only need glue up to there. That's it. And I love my, what do you call it? Glue press, my Mystic glue press, Petunia, whatever, because I use so much less glue. Okay, now, anyway, again, I'm going to I'm going to miss this. I'm going to line this up between my two corner marks there, so half an inch long approximately, and pop it on there. And I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to work on, yeah, maybe we should ink the bow. Excuse my reach. This would be a good another thing to share with you. So I do it. Hoping I have enough red ink. If not, it's pretty close here. What I was going to try to explain with the white chalk, or whether you use chalk or if you switch to ink, however, it doesn't matter. If you do happen to highlight like that, I'm finding, and you probably already did this, so you can laugh at me. I'm finding that if I chalk or highlight, we'll just say use the white highlights. If I do that before I put everything together, like my top layers, and keep layering, I can get a better highlight than if I wait until the piece is completely assembled and then highlight. So in that case, I put part of the bow together, applied the highlights, and then add the next layer. I'm finding that works really, really nice for me. Okay, so just a hint. Now this little piece right here, let me get this out of the way because I'll have to clean this up. I use, when it's that small and I want to get in the sides and stuff, I use a 3mm pom-pom. Normally I would put the ink, stamp this onto the glass mat and, pick it up from there. I don't feel like doing that today and cleaning up my mess, so I'm just doing it this way. And now you see why my fingers are always full of ink, right? But this way, I can get a lot more definition on my piece with just this little 3mm pom-pom. I have another idea. If you don't have these, please give me just a moment to finish that and that's for you. I work in tight quarters. I have to put things away quite a bit. And I want to clean this up before I have more uh, ink everywhere. I don't need red on everything, so I apologize. Okay, I need that back. But anyway, if you have these little eyelash, whatever they're called, I don't know, you can also use those instead of a 3mm pom-pom. Forgot to mention that. Now here again, I want to detail my bow, right? I'm using my 3mm pom-pom. I can also use my finger dauber. These do work sometimes a little better. So I want to do this before it's all put together. for a couple of reasons, actually. If I don't like how it turns out, I can cut another one. I don't have to redo my whole paper piece. If for any reason, well, then I don't get red uh, ink everywhere on my paper piece, too. But if you don't have the pom-poms, I'm just saying, that works really well. So, just another little hint. Things I'm learning as I go. I'm just, um, now this one, I think this is white. So this is one of the little eyeliner things. And I just roll it in here. I keep my ink pads covered as much as possible just because I'd have a mess everywhere. The other thing I would mention to you is this one. I didn't take my own advice here, but use a fairly light hand, okay? Just a thought. Now, normally I would haul out my pencils, my colored pencils. I think if I look here, I don't like that one, so I'm going to use, let's see, I don't have it out yet. Normally I would use colored pencils. It'll take a while to get out, and I don't feel like doing that, so I'm looking for a specific colored pen marker here. There, I think it is. Yeah. And I might still have to come back with my pencil, but it'll give you an idea. I'm just using this. I don't think it's going to focus. No, it's a 005 and it's this funky color here. I forget the name of it and I never find them on here. So I'm just coming in and making a little loop up here. I don't know if it probably won't show. I'm going to probably have to come in with the. There, it's coming in better. You probably can't see it so well, but all I'm doing is making a loop like this. Have to be careful so my fingers don't just go get, and my pen goes with it. And yeah, but what it's doing, I'm going to try to hold it up a little bit. There, it's focused better. At the top, these loops here just gives the bow more definition. It's just an idea. Again, not something you have to do, okay? And I'm sorry this video might get a little bit long, but I thought I'd just share a couple extra details that I don't normally do. Um, I haven't been sharing a lot of videos lately. I get some paper piecing done, but I've been, I think my doctors just want to keep me on a short leash, and I've been back and forth with them so much that it seems like that's all I get done some days, either visiting them or calling them and waiting for them to call back, whatnot. So I'm going to show you this side of the bowl, okay? Now, I'm going to flip it. That little pencil mark so I know which one was right and left, or back and front, but huge difference, right? In the definition. What little you can do to make a flat piece of paper actually pop and stand out. Again, just my opinion. Do as works for you. Okay, here again, if you don't have markers, this is a dark green, like a pine green, and this is a 05 because that's the only size I could get. But use colored pencils, they work really good. Also, if you want to just do some drawing, just get a nice pencil eraser, or yeah, it helps in my case, obviously, a nice pencil sharpener that you can really get I call it a witch's point, like a stiletto point, and you can do, you know, that really easy. So I just drew the lines, the veins in. Okay, this face. I think what I'm going to do, I didn't do this last time. Let me put this together before I lose it somewhere. I think I'm going to attach the head to the gift package and then attempt to draw the mouth on. I didn't last time, and the reason I think I'm going to do that is on this because it'll give me a better idea of where the nose goes and like how far up you want the nose and the eyes. So, yeah. Okay, come back. So I'm just going to get this centered pretty much. Get those out of the way. Yeah. All I'm doing is putting a little bead of glue right at the bottom there because not very much goes in. And I'm going to try to get this centered. I'm not going to share with you all the little problems that I created for myself doing the other one. It was not hilarious. I was getting really mad at myself. Okay, so it's just a little bit off. Okay, got the head on, and I apologize. I had to go back and recut a few pieces of the head and actually put it back on. So if I reiterate something I've already told you, that's why, because I forgot what I had done. So my apologies. So I think we can maybe get things going again. To highlight the face, I don't think I did that right last time. So I'm using my bigger uh, blending brush. Still using my white picket fence, and I don't have a lot on it. I'm just going in a very light circular motion. You can't remove this. This is the only thing that you have to remember. It's not like pan pastels, okay? It does not erase very well. I just, that's the only thing I'll stress. So I'm just using it now. A lot of the ink is already off, so I'm just going to be rubbing a little harder. But that's it. That's how I highlight my face. It may not look like a lot. You can add a little bit more if you want when you're done. I don't want too much going on there. So now I'm going to attempt to draw this crazy mouth. But before I do that, I have to get the nose on where I want. This is what caused part of the problem. That and then my camera fell. I'm working in a different location, so I'm trying to figure something out here. So, yeah, it was just all around. It was one of these days when I just should not have gotten out of bed. Phone woke me up, and everything's been kind of going since then, so I'll get there. It's all good. Trying to get this centered. I'm using the ribbon piece here and then the 2 points in the cheeks or in the head, whatever you want to call it. Um, and then I'm sure I have a pencil back. Like everything has been moved, so my apologies. Let me see what's here. Just gonna try not to get my head in here, but yet so that you guys can see. It's a little bit too far over, I think. I am not good at drawing faces or mouths, excuse me. I'll be the first to admit that. So I'm just going to go with this. I know I have a little bit of a point in the mouth at the bottom. Excuse me, at the bottom. I can easily fix that. I'm using my black 005 pen to work with. I want to do a feather etch to this, and I'm just kind of sketching it, so to speak. Where that point is, I'm just going to try to round it out the best I can with my marker. And because this got a little bit wider, I'm going to leave it that way. I kind of like it. It's kind of like a smirk in a way. Well, this is much better than the last one I tried to draw. We'll just leave it at that. And I'm sorry this video's gotten a little bit long. I wanted to give you all these extra pointers and things I've been doing and have been experimenting with. So now I put the nose on tight and I shouldn't have. So I'm going to try to get it up. Yeah, it's just going to take a moment. I like this Encore paper. Don't get me wrong, but I just found out one thing I don't care for. If you get the piece you're working on, like say the eye or the nose, okay? Once you get it on, it better be where you want it because if you try to take it off, uh, that first layer of the paper will come with it and there's no fixing it. That's what happened for me. That's what started happening with the nose, so just keep that in mind. It's great paper, it cuts awesome, but just be careful if you have to rip stuff up. Just a hint. Okay, one thing I want to share with you about Cuddly Cute Design Eyes, if you're not aware of this style only, okay, because she's got some other free SVG eyes, excuse me, just six or seven, 5 or 6, I don't know. So if you're looking for new style eyes, go on over to the website, just type in eyes and you'll find them. Anyway, there is a little, like a wedge piece. This comes down, like your curve. I can't show it very well and I can't zoom anymore. But there's a piece that goes at an angle. That's what notches into the nose. So that's one, um, and it's a good way to know that you got the eyes on right. The black part of the eye matching the white part. Trying to pick up the eye. I don't know how well you can get out of there. See it at all. But one piece of the eye goes down. The other one, I'll show you here with the pencil. This side over here is not quite that much, but it's not out like that. So just thought I'd share that with you. Again, this is more for people that are new to paper piecing, new to Cuddly Cute Designs. Um, some of this stuff, if you already know, just zoom past it. Can I say? Otherwise, just hang out and listen to me babble. No worries. Okay, let's try to get this eye. I never can get my eyes centered right. I don't even know why I try. I just do the best I can. How about that? Okay, going to first find my black. I'm going to use 05. Okay. I'm going to do these eyelashes different. Um, mm, no, I'm going to do them the same. The next time I do a Cuddly Cute Designs, I with this eye style, I'll show you how to detail for the cheeks and stuff. But for this one, I'm just going to go the same so they match. And I have to be careful because, like I said, my hands or it's not my hands, it's my fingers that want to go and do crazy things. So right there was one. I'm going to try to smooth that out. My fingers like to go their own direction. So I'm struggling lately. The next tip I'm going to share with you, if you don't use black pen pastels, I thought I was getting a charcoal, strictly a charcoal pencil. I don't read well, I'll admit it. It's turned out to be a charcoal gray colored pencil. What I'm trying to say is colored pencils can also be used on eyes instead of black pan pastels or the neutral dark gray, I think is the other color we use, or I use anyway. You can use black colored pencil, dark gray, whatever you wish. Don't have to use them at all. Come on. Anyway, I'm working around the camera here really bad because I can't move anything right now, but this works just as fine. I get that I've bought stuff over time. Not everybody has the option to go run out and buy everything right away. In fact, if you buy a Michaels, or I think Hobby Lobby carries them too, I don't know. I haven't been to either brick and mortar store for so long. Unfortunately, that's just a medical issue that I can't get out much. So, but I'm pretty sure that they still sell the pencils, colored pencils, individually. So, hey, bonus, right? Now, this pen is getting quite dry. So, this marker, whatever you want to call it, I'm not very good at eyelashes, but I'm only doing part of them on a curve like that. I still prefer to go all the way around, but I do. It works. It just how it goes. Um, yeah, I do for my cheeks. I couldn't think of the word, and I can't get the case open. I use my sponge dauber, finger dauber. I just pick up this brush, put it in there, and it's probably going to be too much. So, get them and use a really light touch, and I can always add more. But this is not, since this is ink, you can't take it off too easily. How about that? Sorry for the phone interruption. I keep forgetting to turn it off. Okay, no, I'm a little bit more. She's the girl, so my sponge dauber's getting kind of uh, time to re-ink it. Time to put some more ink on it. Now, I'm finding personally that I have more control over these than I do the sponges. And I, I don't know. It's just probably my imagination. But anyway, I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to put some little freckles on her. Oops, and after this dries, I'll come back and erase the pencil lines off the mouth. And I'm going to do her eyes. And how did I do hers? His, whatever. Hope you can see that what I'm doing without my hand getting in the way. Sometimes that's kind of hard. I do my eyes different about every time I do a paper piece. Isn't that kind of crazy? I'm always trying new things. It's like whatever works. Trying to fix my slip of my hand there. Um, leave it. Okay, while I'm waiting for the white to dry a little bit, I'm going to come back and try to get all the erased. I also have my little Tombow eraser. I just don't always use it. Okay, I'm going to come back with my little brush. Got a little bit of ink on it, and just put a little bit in the eyes also. Now here is where I mentioned, if you don't have enough highlights or don't think if you want a little more highlights, just come back and add them in. It's like I said, easier to add than subtract with this stuff if you use this instead of pan pastels. I don't need a lot, I just like a little bit for highlighting. Okay, well, let's get the rest of this finally put together, right? Get some glue on this. And I see on my little boy that my ink was not dry on my peppermint candy. And so it bled a little bit when I put the glossy accents on. The other thing that could have caused that very easily is that the glue underneath was not dry. So I will be putting glossy accents on my peppermint candy here. I will not do it until, well, probably tomorrow morning. I want that glue to dry really well underneath. That's more than likely. It probably wasn't the ink because dye-based ink dries very quickly. I'm thinking it's more the glue underneath that caused it. Where in the world? There it is. Excuse my reach. Uh, I believe that's more what it was, truthfully. This glue, it's Nouveau glue and it works great. I'm just using up what came in my container. It does not dry quickly though. I do know that. So now if you did draw little veins in your leaves, here's an idea. Have the little pieces, the piece that you've got the pieces going out, go in the same direction, pointed the same direction. And don't ask me how I know. Like I said, some days I wonder why I get out of bed. Other days I surprise myself. It's kind of like a comedy show at my apartment sometimes. Sadly, no one's laughing. All right, now I'm going to put this on. Just putting it on the corner so I don't need a lot of glue here. Mm, now this kind of goes under that a little bit, so I like to just lay the hand there so I know where it should go or kind of where I want it. And stick that on. I I don't know. Maybe it's me. I just like bright dark colors, okay? I like this color though better than the color that was on the picture. I don't know. I'm not a big pastel person. I guess that's part of it. But um, I'm going to put hers at an angle also. I was in the picture. They're straight. Okay. I don't know. Nothing is straight in my world, so we're going to just put it at an angle. You do what works for you. I am putting these, like I said, on a if they're going to go on my mini album, my mini binder album. Uh, but if you have, you can make tags out of them. You could put them on cards. Lots of different things you can do with them. I'm going to come back one of these days and share with you how I create my pieces in Design Space with for Cuddly Cute Designs, and then I'll show you how you could make a tag very easily out of these gift tags. Yeah, but anyway, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out overall for all the issues that I personally had. It was, again, I can't say it was anything to do with the design. The design is perfectly fine. It's the operator trying to figure out how to get their hands to work. So I had to walk a lot yesterday that I don't seriously ever do anymore. So it's just it it causes problems, obviously. I knew that when I got up, but oh well. One other comment, if you like glitter, if you put glitter on the noses, some red glitter, that would make them pop also. I'm just going to leave mine alone. I'm just happy with how they turned out. So everybody, thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for joining me. Have an awesome day and take care.